Touching lives, making it possible to reach a dream today. Touching lives, bringing reward to those whose spirits shine so bright. Touching lives, 'cause a helping hand sure is a blessing. Touching lives, we gonna make it a special day. Touching lives.
Hi everyone. Hi. Hi. Welcome to Celtel's Touching Lives. My name is Monica Eisenberg and I'll be joined by Jeff Kawana as we continue to bring you stories from around the country. Now, relationships between mothers and daughters can be very, very complex. I love my mother, she's an amazing woman. And today we meet two such mothers and two daughters. More after the break. Welcome back to Celtel's Touching Lives. Now, most mothers wake up very early, but this mum wakes up at 2 in the morning. Let's join Jeff as he takes us to Ngombe compound where we meet Liz and her mum.
Normally at 2 a.m., the average person would be asleep, trying to gather as much energy for when they wake up. This story is about a woman who's awake every morning at 2 a.m. in order to get her work done. Welcome to the field of touching lives. It's 3 a.m. and we're in Ngombe Township. The whole neighborhood is asleep except for Mrs. Banda, who's been awake the last 1 hour baking her scones. In a moment, we'll meet her and the daughter who helps her. Ngombe Township is an area with a population of over 90,000. Most of the people live below the poverty line and make their living by buying and selling goods. Mrs. Banda is one of the lucky people in the neighborhood. She has set up a business of selling scones. The family earns just enough for upkeep of the house and paying for part of their daughter's university tuition. She is in her second year in the School of Natural Sciences at the University of Zambia. Liz, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
Okay, I'm fine, thank you. Visited you very early in the morning.
Yeah.
But you waking up this early is not unusual.
No, not at all.
Okay. Tell me about your mom. What kind of person is she?
My mom is an easygoing person and she's one person who really loves baking. She's always been baking from way back. Before she used to make fritters, but then my cousin came sometime in 2001 and she inquired the kind of scones they make in the copper belt. So she's the one who gave her the recipe that she's using now. And she tried it once and most people liked it and she's been doing that since then.
How does this business help you as a family?
Some time back my dad was not in employment and it's what we relied on, so it's quite helpful.
Take me through a normal day in this house.
Okay, normal day would start like at 2 for my mom. Because I'm at school, I don't usually join her. But then when I'm off school, I join her with the baking. But right now, by 6 to 7, my brother would be awake and then he would start making the deliveries. We can only bake 36 scones at a time. So it means that for us to reach the 500 scones that we may need for that day, will take us up to about 14 to 15 to finish.
What sacrifices do you think she has made?
Well, I think first of all, she sacrifices her sleep. She sleeps less hours. Like I'm the only girl, and so when I'm not around, it means she even has to do everything, all the house chores, and that's a big sacrifice, I think, on her part.
And the baking legacy, do you think you will take it over?
If I were ever to do that, it would be after I have graduated, and I want to be the next bakers, the tennis biscuit man, yeah.
Mrs. Banda has several clients, most of them within the neighborhood. While she stays at home baking more scones, her children are out making early morning deliveries even before they go to school.
The funeral by 11.
Mrs. Banda, njebe ni mwatampeliso ku baking?
Natampire 2000.
Nanga baking maifumishe kwisa?
He baking nalikwete interest. Yero nale mulaba nanji bale baking nale kumbwa. So nale ipusha. So nshayishibisho kukonse kunuma. So mu 2000 elo mwana wabamula mwaishire. Niswandi. Asanji bachao ba anti teifi ba baking amle baking efi. So efo naishire amba panono. Nishinaishire yamba nambire nale panga 20,000. Nishi nachita deliver na bwera kono kubwera. So pano nambo kufa ama customers. Nasanga okuta musconzi andi bale yatemwa abantu. So balabe nebo ndeli chitako deliver bafwana aba nabo bambo okungodako. So pali ino shita ndapanga more than 500 scones per day.
Elo ayo 500 mutampe nshitansho kupanga?
Ntampa 02 kwisa puisha 14 hours.
Then ngamwapuisha elo mushita deliver.
Abana bandinga tabali yakuma skulu eba twala mwana kashino mama utwala. So nga bale yakuma skulu abana bandi ndachita after napuisha nambo kushita deliver. So chirango sera sana.
Mutusha nshitansho?
Kutusha but ma hours faya no. Bantu nga napuisha 14 hours nambo kushita deliver by 17 hours futi nambo kuipika. Ifya kupekanisha bena myandi. So limbifena 19 hours nga naikala fe muchipuna nalala nokulala.
Mwakwata abana banga?
Nakwata abana 4 abaume batatu mwana kashoma.
Nombe nshita mu bwonfyo ku bakinga. Mukwata nshita shani yakuba na abana.
Turabana bo balesa mu kitchen fefine turelanda.
Umwana wenu Lize alirembera ku program atawe bamayo mu bafuilisha. Finshi mungafwaya mali.
Nefa ningafwayo kungafuilisha kwena. Ove nikulu so that nganabika mu amaskono yale fumolwa ayengi na kwata kweshtea kutusha no kuchita deliver bwangu ero no kupuisha bwangu elo
nangoku umfana mu mfana shana na Liz
tulomfana fe bwino tulomfana fe bwino no mwana wanju mwana kashi ero mwana kashirewa abamufe mwana kasheka na kwata bamu batatu no mwana kashoma.
It is very hard work, but it has to be done. Mrs. Banda wants to provide her children the opportunity for a very bright future. And if this means waking up in the morning at 2 a.m. every day, then that is just what she's prepared to do.
Wow, what an amazing team. Gosh, didn't that make you feel hungry? Did you see their scones? Did you feel hungry? Yeah. I felt really. Let's meet this amazing team. Welcome Liz and her mum. Hi, welcome. Nice to meet you. Welcome, Mama Liz. Please sit down.
Thank you.
And Mama Liz, I'm using my ingredients yati.
Baking powder, cooking oil, salt, and sugar, and flour.
And how much of that do you... Oh, look, what's this? What we have here? Celtel has given you this. Are these the things that you use? And there's something else that Celtel would like to give you. So, a t-shirt striped. There's something else that Celtel has for you. Now, Liz, what are you studying at university? You're just very fluent and very, can't wait for you to get out into the world and do whatever, because you just are so expressive. What are you studying?
I'm studying natural sciences.
Are you serious about being the next Baker's Biscuits?
Yes, I am. I am. Because, I look at it as an industry that will never cease. People always be eating, and I feel it's something that has to continue.
Clever girl.
I would want it to go from generation to generation.
Amazing girl. Wonderful. So, because you're so clever, because you've got such big goals, Celtel would like to give you a laptop. It's okay.
Thank you.
It's okay. A round of applause. You're thinking of your mum. Sit. Okay, so that's for you, and I'm sure this will come in really handy with your assignments. But for now, I think Amakaliz is ready. Amakaliz Buran. Wow! What's written on here? Ma Baker. Kalani, please. Mwana na company ya ambiwa manja. Mwandi, there's something else that Celtel would like to give you as well, and because in that clip you didn't come just to get a computer for Lizzie and your uniform, but Amaka Lizzie. And that's what can happen on Touching Lives. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back. Now, our next story sees Jeff take us to Mazabuka, where another mother has sacrificed so much to protect, build and nurture her special daughter. Let's have a look.
Any parent would like to see their child grow up into a well-balanced human being. Throughout their lives, most parents will do everything they can to make sure this happens. I'm Jeff Kawana in the sugarlands of Mazabuka. Today we meet Daudi and Memory Kamisi, who are struggling to take care of their teenage daughter Farida, who's suffering from cerebral palsy. To know a bit more about Farida and her situation, I caught up with her parents, Daudi and Memory Kamisi, just to have a brief chat. Tell me about Farida.
Yeah, Jeff, Farida was born in 1992 at the Zambia Sugar Company Clinic. When she was born, everything looked normal. I remember my grandmother was there, my mother was there, there was a lot of celebration.
When did you find out that Farida was different?
Maybe it was when she was around 6-7 months old. At that time, she was not able to crawl. She was just sitting, but the sitting position was not okay. Till somewhere after 9 months, it was just like that. She couldn't crawl. She couldn't sit upright. But they said she was going to be okay.
So at one time, it compelled me to go to the company doctor. I said, "Doctor, I have this child. What do you think the problem is?" The doctor then told me that no, she will never walk, she will never talk, she will never stand. And the doctor even told me that, "Look, you're just wasting your time now. Just continue having more children. This child, there's nothing that you can do about this child." It was a great challenge in my life.
Mr. and Mrs. Kamisi have never given up. They've traveled to different places seeking help for their daughter. With success, Farida is now walking. On her birthday, like every one of us, she wakes up early just to get ready. I was privileged to be a part of it. What does it take to raise Farida?
She is somebody who I look at her as a baby. That means she has to be with me throughout. Every time I want to move out, I have to make sure somebody is there for her. When she's sick, I have to feed her, I have to bath her, doing everything for her. In fact, even at the hospital, they even know that when she's very sick, she's not able to swallow. They have to give her syrups for the babies. It's really hard. And every time I always think, if she was to get sick when I'm away, who is going to take care of her?
Tell me about Farida's character. What's her character like?
She's a very cheerful young lady, very jovial. She always wants to play. She mixes very well with friends who understand her. But at the same time, she's very sensitive to people who hate her. You know, children like that have that sixth sense. You know, she knows that this one loves me, this one doesn't love me. And each time I see someone negative to somebody, I know that there's something wrong. So, talking about Farida's character, really, she's a wonderful chief girl, like you've seen.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Farida. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you now? Happy birthday to you.
And then you have other children as well.
Yes, I have.
What has that experience been like on them?
It's a bad one. In fact, especially for my young boy who is now 8. Because sometimes he even say, Mommy, you mean Farida will never talk? I said she would talk one day.
I remember at one time when we sent them to one of the local nursery schools. You know, Yamiko is young, but started going to school with Farida, who was 18 years, at the same nursery school. Farida sometimes, you know, she would draw, meaning saliva will come out. Then one teacher used to force her, Yamiko, look at your sister. You remove mucus from her, you know. The boy could do that, but used to break the young man inside, you know. It was not easy for the young man, so it has made him mature very quickly.
Sometimes when he's going, because Farida goes to a special school, then they go to the private school. So she was why I said, Mommy, why can't you take Farida to the private school so that we go with her? I said, no, you can't go with her. And Farida also, when she sees the friends are going this side, if she's not going to school, she cries most of the times. Unless she goes, and she usually goes first and the friends follow.
And the older ones, how are they taking it?
They take her the same way. As a baby, she's our baby.
We'll be back with Memory and Farida after the break.
As a family, as an elder sister, I know my sister very, very well, very much. Yeah, I know she has a problem, but at least she's improving and she's like any other kid now.
In this place where there are some people who are not used to seeing us, when they see her, they like, is that kind of discrimination, and it doesn't feel good. I love her very much, and I would be happy if there was anything that would be done to her, maybe to make her improve even more.
I can just say that Farida is intelligent. Some people are scared of her and they start ignoring her. No wonder she doesn't like playing to people who she doesn't know.
What is your greatest fear?
She's a girl child who is not able to say anything. Then I really feel very bad, because I know that maybe one day she would like to tell me something, but if she can't be able to speak up, then what is that? The pain will be on me, myself.
Right now, my biggest worry is people can attack her, people can abuse her, and she won't talk, she won't say anything. So each time I go to sleep, my prayer that God, help my daughter have the power of speech. Let her, give her the means to be a bit independent. Let her be of value to society. 13
years ago, what were your plans with life?
Because apparently when I was having Farida, I wanted to rewrite grade 12 because I wanted to further my education. In fact, the day she was born, I was supposed to write geography on that day. But I failed because of that.
Mr. Kamisi, tell me, you wrote into the program to nominate your wife. Why?
I thought maybe Seoto can help me send my wife back to school. A thing that she could have done maybe 13 years ago. You know, it's never too late to learn. Yes.
What is the one thing you would want to be assisted with?
I would like to go to school, maybe something to do with business, because in my life I would like to have money most of the times. Why? Because I would like to be employing so that somebody is able to take care of Farida in case I'm not around, and I should be able to pay that person.
Farida, I've got another present for you. You like cars, huh? Let's go. Let's go ride on the car. Good girl. Come. Come. Mr. and Mrs. Kamisi love their 13-year-old daughter. Though they're unsure of her future, they're doing everything they possibly can to make sure she grows into a well-balanced child.
Now let's welcome Daudi and Memory Kamisi with Farida onto the stage. Come. What? Come. Okay. It's okay. You obviously have a very supportive family. You can see that Farida's brothers and sisters love her, and so thank you so much for loving your child so openly. Memory, giving up is not the right word, because it's very clear that you'd do anything for Farida. But Celta would like to rekindle your dream and to give you a chance to go back to school. And so what they've decided to do is to give you an interview for food production, and it's up here. Her brother, I don't know what's his name, he was saying that what he'd like is for Farida to be able to talk. So Celta would also like to give you an assessment for Farida for speech therapy. So I think, again, we've got it. Farida, look, that's for you. That's where you're going to go. Yay! Yay! That's for Farida. Look, that's where Farida's going to go. Yeah. That's where Farida's going to go. Farida, it's okay. It's okay. No. Mommy's happy. Mommy's happy.
Go to Christmas.
Okay. Okay, mommy. Okay. Oh. So, anyway, forget the makeup.
Oh, yeah.
What I was trying to say is that you can all see that it takes a lot of energy to look after Farida. Although it may be easy to love her, it takes a lot of energy. So Mr. and Mrs. Kamisa, Celta have something just to relieve you of because it's absolutely constant. So you're getting an all expenses paid weekend, just the two of you. So you can go away and rest and be together in Livingston at the Natural Mystic Lodge. Okay, everything paid, so you can go and rest, because Celta would like to thank you for being such model parents. Both of you just wish all the best for your child. I think I'm going to take a break, so we'll be right back.
Okay.
Yay! Well, it's just the two of us clapping. Farida's decided to come and sit next to me. But I'm going to need some help now, so I'm going to ask Jeff, an old friend of the Kamisas, to come up. Oh, look, Farida, what's Jeff got?
Okay, come, you sit on my lap. We sit together, huh?
Go.
We sit together. When we went on a ride with Farida, I know she was singing a lot in the car. And then I saw her singing at her party. And so we decided to get that TV for them, courtesy of Celtel. Now, what that TV is for is that it comes with this. This is for you guys. It's a karaoke machine. It comes with a component that you connect to the TV. There are songs that come, and then they can be singing along. The words will be coming on screen, and they'll be getting it all.
No, thank you so much.
And we'll see you next week on Touching Lives. Thank you.
Memory Kamisi is now studying food production at Fairview Tourism Training Institute. And Farida, she's getting one-on-one treatment with a speech therapist.